My name is Yemisi Awosan. I moved here when I was about 15. I grew up in the northern part of Nigeria, in Zaria. And when I came here, it was really strange for me, like coming to a new culture that I don't know, and new people. So it was strange and exciting and scary at the same time. In high school, I just made friends with a lot of different people from all walks of life, and I talked to them about my culture. And then when I got to college, I still had friends from like all walks of life and different cultures, to different races. And I realized, I'm like, wow, I can actually use food as a way to communicate what my Africa is all about. Because people are like, what is Nigerian food like? Or what is African food like? So, and I tell them what we cook at home. So what I started doing was, in my dorm at University of Massachusetts in Amherst, we used to have like a kitchen at one of the dorms I lived in called Knowlton. And I would just basically make like obeata, I'll make egusi, I'll make pounded yam and amala. And I'll just basically have a spread out, and all my friends will all come and eat the food. So that kind of became the story of like how I saw that people are actually interested in African food, because after the dinners or after the gathering, people still come to me and call me and ask me like, can you make this? Or when I travel and visit my friends, they want me to make those food for them. And I was like, wow, I guess there is some viability to doing this. But at the same time, I was a little bit afraid to even jump into the food business because I knew nothing about it. For almost 10 years, I played around with the idea of like, you know what, maybe I do want to go into the food business, but how am I going to do it? This year, 2015, I decided I was going to just quit my job. It was a steady income, paid very well. I was just like, I need to step out in faith and decide I'm going to do this, and if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it for real, and I just need to commit myself to it. Whether it's like 2 to 3 years, I just need to commit myself to it. And the way I started was doing pop-ups at different advertising agencies here in the city, as well as book companies as well. So what I do is I cook out of a incubator kitchen down the street from here in Harlem. People do like go on my site and look at the menu and see the different things that we're offering, and people will come in and be like, oh, I want that mashed yam, and I'm like, okay. Or they'll come and be like, I want the ofada, or the moi moi. So they call the name of the food. They don't necessarily just say, oh, the black eyed bean cake. They will say moi moi. So which is really cool, to just see people from different culture coming in and wanting to try the food and interested in it. And we have a lot of repeated customers too that come in and they're really excited about the food. So, and I know my eventual goal is to basically package this food and sell it to people, to grocers that are out there nationwide, so that people that are Nigerians and non-Nigerians or Africans can basically try the food and basically be able to see it. To anyone that wants to start their own business, definitely think about what is it that you want to do. Like, that's kind of like the first thing I had to do. Like, what makes me different from maybe other food other food product that's out there. And I know for me, mine is a niche. And I knew like for me, like there was no West African food out there yet that's packaged, or even like trying to do it the way I wanted to do it. So in a way, that's how I had to come up with that idea of like, this is the way I want to diversify myself. And then from there, thinking about the cost of what's going to cost you. Of course, you might not have the money for everything, the funding for everything that you want to do, but come up with smaller ways that you can be able to kind of like start it up. So if you can save ahead, as much as you can, but also knowing that you can save everything that you need to be able to kind of get the business going, but you can do it little by little. So that will become my advice. And also like network a lot, like talk to a lot of people. There are a lot of people out there that are definitely willing to want to help. And even like meeting a couple of small business owners as well in the city, that helped me to just like talk to them about what I'm going through, and that like just that camaraderie of like, okay, yeah, we do own a small business, the challenges, the victory, and everything that comes with it, you can share with one another and be able to get that support that you need.